Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day to start things off. In a crucial ruling on Wednesday, the Supreme Court of India ruled to lift the banking ban against cryptocurrency services and companies, deeming it unconstitutional. For those of you who say this sounds familiar, it's because we went over this part yesterday. The Reserve Bank of India, the country's central bank, enforced a ban against crypto-related transactions since issuing a circular on the 6th of April 2018 prohibiting commercial banks from providing banking services to cryptocurrency exchanges and other financial institutions. Just 6 hours after the Supreme Court issued its verdict, cryptocurrency exchange CoinDCX became the first platform to integrate with a local bank. The Mumbai-based exchange announced it has now added support for fiat transfers, allowing customers to purchase Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies using the Indian rupee by linking their bank accounts. Now that crypto businesses have access to formal banking services, industry insiders expect innovators, developers, and entrepreneurs in the space to make up for lost time by building out extensive fintech and crypto economies. According to Benson Samuel, director of technology at Tokenize. Is that supposed to be Tokenized Ventures, several companies will restart their initiative and continue building out platforms, products, and services for cryptocurrencies. It's a very positive sign that has come through. Something that we have been waiting for and expecting for 2 years now. Most of the infrastructure and bits and pieces towards cryptocurrency was already built over the last few years. The news that the ban has been lifted, or never actually was, and that the crypto market should be preparing itself for some type of an upsurge in price and or a trading surge or whatever kind of string of words you want to put together, was everywhere. I told you all yesterday that the entire idea that 1 billion people on this planet would legally have access to cryptocurrencies is something quite spectacular. Prices are actually up right now, at least at the time of me making this video. Not up by like 35%, but it got anywhere from like 2 to 5%, which is also very great to see, especially as we have been having a price downtrend, if you will. What really struck me as the most interesting, it is the 5th of March today. For those of you who were here a couple of weeks ago, do you remember this? For those of you not looking at the screen, it says the crypto exchange ZebPay reopens in India despite banking ban. This is from the 31st of January of this year. What I found the most interesting was that we were all a little perplexed if there was a banking ban within India, how they were able to do so. And I think maybe it even says it somewhere around here. Words. No, I think it's a close friend of, is it Mike Novogratz? Is one of the rich people who's always talking about crypto. I think one of their friends reopened ZebPay about a good 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, which didn't really make a lot of sense because they had a ban, but then you come to realize that the people from the cryptocurrency exchange probably had direct access to the actual government that were maybe just asking them, hey, is there a ban? And they were like, man, there's no ban. So they reopened, and now everyone else had to find out about 6 weeks later, which could be, oh, nope, I was going to speculate. I'll put that back into the box. The entire point is, we now have confirmation that crypto is legal and can be traded, and people can bank with crypto. You can have a bank account even if you're dealing with crypto because there was no ban in the first place. So fascinating that I won't use the L word, that a myth lasted for 2 years and no one in the higher up positions decided to come forward and go, yeah, that wasn't true. Anyway, everyone, or a lot of people, are expecting a trading surge to happen within the cryptocurrency space over the next couple of weeks as cryptocurrency exchanges get their bank accounts back and start trading once again. Let's move on. Next up, global taxation and transaction advisory firm Ernst & Young has announced the launch of their open source Baseline protocol. Baseline comprises a smart contract and tokenization platform built for enterprises. Can you tell me where? On top of Ethereum. Baseline was founded by Ernst & Young in partnership with Microsoft and Consensus, and was developed in collaboration with many companies operating in the crypto sector, including Chainlink, MakerDAO, Unibright, and AMD. The platform's code has been made available to select entities by invitation and will see a public release before April. In a video published by developer partner Unibright, the platform is described as an open source protocol for secure and private businesses processes. Private business processes, there we go, via public Ethereum mainnet, end quote. The protocol will support tokenization and decentralized financial services on its mainnet. Baseline integrates zero-knowledge proofs, off-chain storage, and distributed identity to prevent corporate data, assets, or activities from being compromised. The platform will tokenize business output such as purchase orders and receivables and facilitate blockchain applications that link supply chain traceability with commerce and financial services. Without having to read much more, because the article does continue, for those of you who do not know what the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance is, it is basically a group of companies who have formed an alliance with Ethereum. That's not even a joke. It's like 300 to 500 companies. I don't remember the exact number. It was around 300 in 2018, so one can only assume that that number has grown. The entire idea is that they have all come together to pretty much say, at some point, they will use and or support Ethereum or start building stuff on top of Ethereum. And this was, I think, started in 2017, maybe 2018. It was definitely 2017. But now it's all beginning to happen. So we knew before that Microsoft and Ernst & Young's were working with Ethereum and therefore, I guess, consensus. And now they're actually building a platform on top of Ethereum. This also kind of slightly thin line coincides with the news that we also had before from JP Morgan Chase. The JP Morgan Chase had a private net thing that they were blockchaining on by themselves, and they recently declared that they're going to be also using Ethereum as well. So just a reminder that Ethereum's big. It's probably going to continue to get big, and I think not even behind the scenes, a lot of people, a lot of enterprises and institutions are, I think, betting largely on the fact that Ethereum is supposed, this summer, I believe it's supposed to be July, update finally after 4 years to Ethereum 2.0. And if it and I tell you this right now, this is not, I don't even have to say this isn't financial advice, this is just logic. If Ethereum updates properly, if Ethereum 2.0 works, if Ethereum is, if you're able to stake by owning Ethereum, if Ethereum can handle more than 3,000 to 10,000, Vitalik Buterin says 100,000 transactions per second, Ethereum's price is probably going to explode and skyrocket simply because it can do 15 transactions now, and it'll move to 3,000 to dash 100,000. You also have major companies who have, they're actually coming out now, not even in support of, we knew that they already supported Ethereum, but they're actually building on top of Ethereum now. So just, I want to say be prepared and don't be shocked if the price has a crazy movement, because once again, for those of you who don't know, Ethereum in 2017 went from $8 to I think 1,400. So and that was even before Microsoft, Ernst & Young, JP Morgan, and all the other people decided to use it, like actively build on top of it. So just be aware of where things could go. And here's the actual article right here on PR Newswire. Cision, C-I-S-I-O-N. This is Ernst & Young launches Baseline Protocol, an open source initiative for the public Ethereum blockchain. Let's move on. And for some reason, this is everywhere news. BitGo, one of the largest and oldest custodians for digital assets, is joining the fast-growing business of lending out Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to big investors. The Palo Alto-based company announced on Thursday it is now offering institutional digital asset lending services founded in 2013 by CEO Mike Belshi. BitGo started testing the new service for a few months ago to big investors and has already racked up about $150 million in open loans, according to Nick Carney, a former Deutsche Bank executive who was overseeing the effort as BitGo's head of financial services. The new service is initially targeting BitGo's existing custody clients, the company said in a statement. Tying directly into this, Chinese cryptocurrency lending startup Babel Finance said it has reached a record of $380 million in outstanding loans as of February. Flex Yang, wow, what a name, Flex, co-founder of Babel Finance, said on Thursday the firm's outstanding loans have grown from 52 to $289 million as of the end of last year, reflecting the increasing market demand in the crypto lending business amid Bitcoin's price surge since April of last year. The firm, incorporated in Hong Kong late 2018 with a main operation in Beijing, has recently closed a pre-A funding round with investment firm Dragonfly Capital and Parallel Ventures, a crypto-focused spin-off of Chinese VC Freeze Fund. Yang declined to disclose the exact investment amount, but money, so made a lot of money. The purpose of the fund is to fundraise is to help us expand the network of our overseas partners, since our cash flow and reserve ratio are healthy at the moment. Lending crypto news was, and I'm proud of myself for only having had 2 tabs up here. For some reason today was crypto lending news day. I'm not really sure why. For those of you who remember a very long time ago, the crypto lending business industry, I was extremely bullish on it. There was a cryptocurrency called Salt. For those of you who were here at the very beginning, I'm sure you remember it. I think I even still have my Salt. What ended up happening was, and I should have, hindsight's 2020. A lot of the companies that started to get big or grow in 2017, about 90% of them were squashed down. Why were they squashed down? Because they weren't, I've always viewed it as they weren't officially affiliated or in some way affiliated with banks, governments, or just simple higher ups in general. So the idea of whoever this person is who created a coin called Salt would try to get into any type of loaning business and not let other, it pretty much comes down to the exact thing. Remember in 2018 and 2019, I kept on stating, I said, a lot of the cryptocurrency exchanges that we have right now are going to go poof and going to disappear. And people are like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And now the only ones that we really talk about are like BitMEX, Binance, Kraken, and Coinbase, and maybe 1 or 2 other ones, is because they have some type of an accord or affiliate with local governments and or local banks. So anyone else who was like a air quote small fry who tried to get into the business completely was kind of washed out. I still think crypto lending is going to be quite large, but it appears, I think even if you see it around here, a lot of the lending is being done in Bitcoin or in Tether. So I think this is probably where the industry could go. But for some reason, and I mean, there was a lot of it, a lot of crypto Bitcoin lending news was all over the place. So good for them. I hope it works out for them. I'm sure it will. If we end up getting to a point where Bitcoin has a $5 trillion market cap, I assume people will be taking out or trying to take out a majority of their loans in Bitcoin. Anyway, that's the crypto lending news for today. Yeah, let's move on. In news that I feel like should not surprise any of us, nope, that's wrong. Facebook appears to be stepping away from the controversial Libra cryptocurrency project that it introduced in June of 2019. Facebook's management says it will be creating several separate or independent virtual tokens, with each pegged or backed by different national currencies, including the US dollar and euro. This, according to the recent report from The Information, which cited several sources familiar with the project. They said Facebook's management says it will be creating several separate or independent virtual tokens, with each pegged or backed by different, exactly what we just said, US dollars or euros. The new digital tokens will be available via the Calibra digital wallet, which was being designed to support the Libra stablecoin and payment system. Users will be able to perform transactions and pay for goods and services with these digital tokens via the Calibra online wallet. So, first things first, this type of article with this general wording was everywhere. For some reason, for those of you, I mean, doesn't even matter if you're looking at the screen or not. This was on the 4th of March. If you continued looking, nope, that's wrong. So the point, wow. The point being, we had this news before. This says the 20th of October, 2019. Facebook was coming under a lot of pressure from regulators who kept on saying, yeah, you can't do this. You can't do this. And then there was something, I think Zuckerberg got invited to a dinner. Or someone from Facebook went somewhere. and they pretty much said, well, you know, we don't have to launch Libra. We can, you know, launch stable coins that are tied to other currencies. And it didn't get a standing ovation, but it was more of a, yeah, you should probably do that instead. So the news was, or is, I don't know, that Facebook is stepping away from Libra. And this is where I found this news that they were also talking about before, the news that we had last year, that they were thinking of launching stable coins in order to make regulators happy. However, it appears the information has been updated. Apparently, Facebook has come forward and said no, that they're actually going to make stable coins and continue with Libra, which I think was completely to be expected. And this one also says Facebook revamps Libra plans, bowing to regulators. But apparently, these were from a day or two ago, so the information has been updated that apparently Facebook is still going to launch Libra. But I guess now the major news is that they're also going to have other government-issued stable coins, or stable coins based off of government-issued currencies. Is anyone now surprised? If you are, you shouldn't be, because Facebook, once again, is trying to become the world's largest bank. And why is the world's largest bank? Would you allow Tether, or Euro Tether, or Yen Tether, or other currency Tether to be the main currencies when you can just create your own and have people use them as well? So we're going to get to a point. This is all, once again, expected to launch sometime this summer. This was the time frame that we were given, and I think maybe even like until towards the end of the year, with like the official full-blown rollout. We're going to see Facebook not only try to launch their own currency, which is going to happen, but they're going to launch a digital euro, a digital dollar, a digital yen, and a digital, I assume they're also going to try every other currency. So imagine a world where all these transactions are just happening through Facebook and Messenger and WhatsApp and Instagram, which is going to be fascinating, because remember the conversations we had before about not needing ID to use social media platforms. If all this money is integrated, you will most certainly be required to, I wonder how that's going to work out. People use social media platforms now because you can kind of just throw a picture up there, use it, and send messages to your friend. So imagine one day you try to open up Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and it's like, yeah, we need your ID, we need your photo, we need your so-and-so. I would just delete those and never, ever use them again. So I wonder if there's going to be, I don't want to use the word backlash, but I'm not giving you my passport or my government ID simply to be able to have the chance to send a digital Canadian dollar to someone in Tokyo. Anyway, that's the Facebook news for today. Sure. Let's move on. And to kind of finish things off, and one of the most significant news that we've had in a while, Germany's financial regulator has released guidelines classifying crypto as financial instruments. The move further expands the definition of financial instruments to include all kinds of digital assets, with the previous paradigm only covering security tokens. In a press release issued on Monday, the German Federal Financial Supervisory Authority, or BaFin, has described crypto as, and I do quoteth, a digital representation of value that has not been issued or guaranteed by any central bank or public body, and is not necessarily linked to a currency specified by law, and that does not have the legal status of a currency or money, but is accepted as a medium of exchange by neutral or legal persons and can be transmitted, stored, and traded electronically, end quote. According to BaFin, its new classification echoes the guidelines of intergovernmental agencies like the FATF, the Financial Action Task Force. The news marks the second landmark crypto classification to emerge in the last few days, with an Australian judge recently ruling that crypto is an investment vehicle, meaning virtual currencies can be used as collateral in the country. BaFin's new crypto classification announcement is also part of the move by the country to adopt the fifth EU money laundering Directive AMLD whatever, which began on the 1st of this year. As previously reported by Bitcoin, as part of the AMLD5 adoption process involves changes to Germany's Banking Act and Payment Supervision Services Act. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's pretty much they announced that German banks are now able to buy, sell, trade, store, custody, whatever other word you want to use, cryptocurrencies through their banks. And the news that we had about 5 weeks ago is that the day that news came out, 40 banks came forward to the regulators and said, hey, we want to hold, buy, sell, trade cryptocurrencies. And then all of a sudden, there's news that apparently crypto is now a financial instrument in Germany. I'm sure, I hope you can all see where this is going. I've mentioned before in the past, and this is now getting truer, any country that adopts, cradles, helps the growth of the cryptocurrency industry is going to perform very well in the future. I'm pretty sure, I think Germany also has, we heard before, I think it was Portugal has no crypto tax. I think France has a relatively high percentage, but if memory serves me correct, I think Germany has a crypto taxation law that says if you buy a crypto, let's say you buy Bitcoin, and I think 366 days later, if you sell that Bitcoin, you pay no taxes on it. So you have to hold your investment for an entire year. That's fine. I'm sure there are tons of people who have done that. So they're setting the stage, and I'm pretty sure Germany is also, I think, is the first country to have that banking thing that makes it pretty much so that all their banks can do everything that they want with crypto. And I'm sure we're going to have crypto derivatives coming out of Germany and all these other things. It's also now an official financial instrument, and they have 0% taxation on crypto if you hold it for 366 days. So here's the actual thing right here from BaFin, the Bundesanstalt für Finanzdienstleistungsaufsicht. Yeah. Right. So I always believe not everyone is going to win the race and not everyone is going to even come in 10th place, but Germany and a couple of other countries are definitely towards the front of the line. So yeah, this news is absolutely incredible. We keep getting really good news, and I think a lot of people just tend to simply focus on where the price is now. Why isn't the price as high as it was yesterday? Why is the price going lower? All the price is going back up, as opposed to realizing even if it was just the news that 40 banks have access to buying, selling, holding, and trading crypto, this means that people within Europe who have German bank accounts will simply also be able to store their crypto with these banks, and that'll also be more crypto that's being bought and not moved. It's a lot. I think people always, and I don't know why, lose sight of the importance of other things that are actually taking place, but that's not any real concern of mine because I pay attention, and then I buy regardless if prices are up or if they are down. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Martin Steuer, Josh Gortsika, Chongololo, Tsongololo, Nostromo, Mr. Pickles, John Sarson, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Barebones Mining, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Mohair Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Brady Niels, Jared Schneider, Wise Knight Owl, 242 to the World, Crypto Joe, Bankroll Network, Adobo, Miluizi, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Nicholas Runner with One Piece, One Love, Richie Rich III, Nick Kanaya, Setsuna, Damien, Anthony Charles, Nick Manjalavori, Paxis, Crypto and Beer, Shipmate, Vlad the Impaler, Minting Coins, Jeremy Fox, Jim Garner, Miller Hitch Chest Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Bodie McBoatface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Arfmedic17, Bake Me a Cake, Tigera, Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola and Michelle, URL, and hold on, I have to sneeze. Thank you all very, very much for your support, and thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. You have my sincerest gratitude. You have my thanks. I thank thee. At the moment, the market's in green. Bitcoin is currently above 9,000 US dollars, sitting at $9,062. It is up by 3.36%. Ethereum is also up. So is XRP. Tether's like a light green. It's green, but it's not really green. A lot of the Satoshi prices of coins are also now in the red. Tezos is up by 11.75%. I don't remember any Tezos-y news. Maybe something happened over the last couple of time. All the coins seem to be up. Nothing seems to... No anomalies, as it were. Icon, sure, is up by almost 21%. And of course, the coin that we all love because it's the most amazingest. Bitcoin Gold is up by almost 15% because, you know, there are millions of people around the world who are using Bitcoin Gold and oh gosh, even yeah. So something's going on in the market. It appears as Bitcoin is moving up, the altcoins, all altcoins, are trying to pump their darndest to be able to make some profits. But at the moment, we'll see exactly how this ends up going as the rest of the world ends up waking up. I like to think that the news of 1 billion people on the planet having access to the cryptocurrency markets has raised cryptocurrency prices. But I know the cryptocurrency market is not that logical, so I'll just hope it's something good. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And as always, I will be talking to you all soon. See you.